Hello and welcome to our video on simple present tense in English. Simple present tense is one of the most common used tenses in English and is used to describe actions or events that happen in the present. In this video, we will cover what simple present tense is, when to use it, the rules of using it, signal words, and how to make negative and interrogative sentences. So let's get started. What is simple present tense? Simple present tense is used to describe actions or events that happen in the present or actions or events that are habitual or generally true. For example, I eat breakfast every morning. She teaches English at a local school. They go to the gym twice a week. He studies for his exams at the library. All these examples show the use of simple present tense in describing actions that happen in the present or habitual actions. The examples illustrate that simple present tense is used to describe routine activities such as eating breakfast every morning, going to the gym twice a week, or studying at the library. Additionally, simple present tense can be used to describe general truth or facts, such as the fact that the woman mentioned in the sentence teaches English at a local school. When to use simple present tense? Simple present tense can be used to describe the following situations. The first one is general truths. For example, the Earth orbits around the Sun. This example shows that simple present tense can be used to describe general truths such as the fact that Earth orbits around the Sun. Simple present tense can also be used to describe habits and routines. For example, he drinks coffee every morning. It is also used to describe scheduled events such as the train leaves at 8 a.m. In both the examples, it is used to describe habits and routines like drinking coffee every morning and scheduled events such as the train leaving at 8 a.m. Opinions and preferences. It is also used to describe opinions and preferences. For example, I love watching movies. Simple present tense can also be used to express opinions and preferences such as the person's love for watching movies. Scientific facts. We can also use simple present tense to describe scientific facts such as water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. We can also use simple present tense for describing scientific facts. It can describe scientific facts like the boiling point of water. We can also use simple present tense for commentaries, such as the news anchor reports on current events. Lastly, simple present tense can be used to make commentaries such as the news anchor reporting on current events. Next is rules for using simple present tense. To use simple present tense correctly, there are few rules that you need to keep in mind. Always use the base form of verb for all subjects except for the third person singular, such as he, she, or it, which takes the base form s or es. For example, they play soccer every Saturday. The subject they is a plural pronoun, and in simple present tense, the base form of the verb play is used for plural subjects. This sentence describes a habitual action or an action that occurs regularly. Specifically, this action being described is playing soccer, and it occurs every Saturday. So, the simple present tense is used to emphasize the regularity and consistency of the action. For third person singular, she studies for her exams at the library. The subject is she, which is a third person singular pronoun. Therefore, the base form of the verb study is modified with an s to create studies. The complete sentence is she studies for her exams at the library. This is also a habitual action or routine in which the subject she regularly studies for her exam at the library. The next rule is do not use auxiliary verbs such as am, is, are, has, or have in simple present tense. For example, he reads a book every night. So in simple present tense, auxiliary verbs, also called helping verbs, are not typically used in affirmative sentences. Instead, the main verb is used on its own to indicate a present action or event. Next rule is use adverbs of frequency to indicate how often an action occurs. For example, we always clean our room on Sundays. In English grammar, an adverb of frequency is an adverb that describes how often something happens. Adverbs of frequency are often used in the simple present tense to describe habitual or routine actions. Next is signal words for simple present tense. Signal words are words that indicate the use of a particular tense. The simple present tense can be identified by certain signal words such as always, usually, often, sometimes, never, and every. For example, always, she always arrives on time. They usually go to the beach on Sundays. I often go for a run in the park. She sometimes watches movies on the weekend. He never drinks alcohol. We clean the house every weekend. The next one is negative sentences in simple present tense. To make a negative sentence in simple present tense, we need to use the auxiliary verb do or does, followed by not and the base form of the verb. The use of do or does depends on the subject of the sentence. Do is used for the subject I, you, we, and they, while does is used for the third person singular subject such as he, she, and it. For example, let's say the affirmative sentence is I eat breakfast every morning. To make this sentence negative, you would add do not or don't after I, followed by the base form of the verb eat. The resulting negative sentence would be I don't eat breakfast every morning. Another example in this sentence, she teaches English at a local school. So to make it sentence negative, we would add does not or doesn't after she. Other examples are they do not play video games on weekends. He does not watch TV in the morning. The next one is interrogative sentences in simple present tense. In simple present tense, interrogative sentences are formed by placing the auxiliary verb do or does before the subject of the sentence, followed by the base form of the verb. The auxiliary verb do is used for the subject I, you, we, and they, while does is used for the third person singular subject he, she, and it. For example, does she go to the gym every day? Do they play basketball on the weekends? Does he study for his exams at the library? Next one is how to make questions and negative statements in simple present tense. To make a negative question, you need to combine the rules for negative and interrogative sentences. For example, don't you like ice cream? Doesn't she teach at a local school? Don't they go to the gym regularly? Doesn't he study for his exam at the library? Some examples in context. Let's look at some examples in context to better understand how simple present tense is used. The moon orbits around the earth. He drinks coffee every morning. The train leaves at 9 a.m. They prefer Italian food. The Earth's atmosphere is made up of nitrogen, oxygen, and other gases. The news anchor reports on current events. So that concludes our video on simple present tense in English. We hope that this video has been helpful in understanding what simple present tense is, when to use it, the rules for using it, signal words, and how to make negative and interrogative sentences. Remember to practice using simple present tense in your everyday conversations and try to improve your English skills. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more videos.